High Street started growing in the 1870s. Grocers, butchers, blacksmiths and bakers were usually run independently by families, and were the most popular. With urbanisation and the growth of bigger cities, the public no longer had the resources and space to grow their own food, so market stalls grew into shops. Retail became especially popular in the 1900s. Therefore, in 1964, department stores opened and the fast fashion we know of today began with Topshop, Dorothy Perkins and Debenhams. People love shopping as you can make a day out of it and treat it as a social event. Take your friends out, go shopping and get a bite to eat from your local coffee shop. Shopping makes people feel more in control of their lives as the decision whether to buy or not gives them the power of choice. Studies have shown that it produces serotonin, a chemical in your body that makes you feel good. This is our local High Street Waterlooville precinct. It used to be a thriving community of lively people with many different shops and events to spend your time at, but now it's a ghost town.
My name's Dom Thompson. I'm a lecturer and a teaching and learning coach at Havant and South Downs College.
High street shops have been closing up and down the country for years. What do you think are the main reasons for this is?
I think you've got the growth of the internet, which is one thing, but you've got people's habits are changing. Some of the barriers to online shopping, like returning items, have been solved because you get your pre-packet things in the mail that you can send your stuff back in. And I think it's more convenient. Prices online are nowhere near as high as they used to be. And I don't think that all traditional shops responded to the internet and changes as well as they could have done.
So initially we used the website for online shopping when we were closed, but it did help a lot. So yeah, without the world of online, we probably wouldn't have sold as much as we had done. So my name is Laura Hayward and my shop is Refill and Replenish, and it is a refill shop helping people reduce their use and purchases of single-use plastic.
Do you think online shopping has a negative impact on the environment?
It does, in the fact that you can order anything and it can come from China next day. So it does have a negative impact in that respect, but then also it allows customers to know what they're buying more, and they can source a lot more things that are more ethically made from maybe some Europe kind of bespoke ethically made company.
In the early 90s, the World Wide Web was introduced, which led to the birth of many popular e-commerce websites, one of which being Amazon. This started off as a small online bookstore run from Jeff Bezos' garage with a few employees. Amazon's range of products has expanded over the years, and you can now buy almost anything. In 2005, Amazon launched Amazon Prime, giving paying members exclusive 2-day delivery for packages. This USP became increasingly popular and has been extremely convenient in lockdown, with sales doubling in 2020. This is amazing, but the growth of online shopping has its downsides. As more and more people online shop, less and less people will venture out to shop in stores.
We're a jeweller's shop, a traditional jeweller's shop really, so we sell precious stones, precious metals, gold and silver and platinum, things like that. I've been in business since 1976, and I've been here at this shop since 1981.
I have witnessed, and I'm sure you've witnessed, many shops closed down in Waterlooville Precinct. How do you feel about this?
Well, it's very sad to see really. This was a small thriving town, very busy. And over the years it's declined. It has an effect on the trade of the other people that are still retailing in the street, really, in this area.
There is a traditional market that is there on, I think, a Friday, and when I was a kid, I remember it being really busy, the best place to go and get your fruit and veg and all your bits and bobs. But I think over the years, Waterlooville Market has become less popular. So unfortunately, my experience of Waterlooville Market was not that great. It wasn't busy, the vibe wasn't great, and we just didn't, unfortunately, sell much on the day that we were there.
Did you make any profit at all?
On that day, no.
Do you think it's a possibility for Waterlooville Precinct to fade?
I think it's quite possible, yes.
I would like to say no. I think realistically some town high street shops will close because there isn't much of a market in some towns, like Waterlooville possibly could end, and then it will just be made into residential housing. I don't know, but positively I would like to think that the high street won't end.
So I work at Game on the Waterlooville High Street. We sell all gaming things, headsets, actual games, consoles, anything gaming related really. I don't think it will like completely fade away and die, but I know a lot of big retailers are now looking into retail parks rather than high streets because there's more profit there. I assume the high streets will eventually sort of die and then it'll turn into housing or flats or something. Because most like small businesses and stuff, they can't afford the rent, so it's not really gonna stay alive for long, unfortunately. I know for loads of other people, like the high street is their home sort of thing, they've grown up with it. To see it sort of die would be like really sad.
I think it'll be a shame, but then if they do die and fade out, there's a reason for that. But I think it's a case of people coming together, so going to a pub and having a drink, going for a meal, that's what I go out for, the whole kind of experience.
How hopeful do you feel about the future of High Street?
I think there will always be some form of high street, it'll just change as to what's there. I keep saying food and drink, but I don't think that'll go. Your coffee shops, your hair and beauty, tattoo, pubs, so it'll be the service sector more so, I would say. The things that you can't buy a haircut online. You can't do that, can you? It wouldn't work. So things that you cannot buy online that need the personal touch, I think will remain. But your big shops that are selling products that you can buy online, I don't know if they'll stay.
I think towns have certainly got to organise, or councils now, to organise events, reasons to come into the town, things going on. Music is one thing I can think of. There's all sorts of entertainment going, which would attract people to come in and linger.
General high streets that are struggling right now need to take bits from places like Brighton and Salisbury and Guildford, where it's like a really cool place to shop. It's like lots of little lanes and nooks and kind of helping small businesses start out. So you have like a place like where I am right now, which is called the Folly Market, and it has lots of little units like this little unit here, and they rent them affordably for little businesses, and they have little cafes and bars, and they make it cool places for younger people to shop and hang out with their friends and make it more of a vibe, and then you're going to attract people to spend their money with you with those businesses.
So what will happen to high streets in the future? Will they die out, or will they reinvent themselves? If you want to keep our high streets, we can save them. All we need to do is start buying from them more to help them thrive again. If you don't use them, you lose them.